Well, good morning, Sambo on Saturday, and this is a segment where we talk to the local business people in our town. And it's a great pleasure here today to have Grace Barilla here with us. And Grace is from the Country Office National in the town of Gawler. So welcome to you, Grace. And also to Peter Caddy from Symes Associates. And he's the person that helps to fix up all these little things when you've got a problem with the tax department or somebody down the line, and give you the right ideas of which way to go. So maybe, Grace, if I could go over to you. Grace, concerning your business, you're a supplier of stationery and anything to do with the business operation. How have you found it in this period of time?
It's been okay. We've had lots of new faces come through. We're up more the retail people coming in, setting up their home offices has been good. But then on the other side, our business customers have slowed down. People are just cautious coming in, probably not spending as much, and being very aware of where they're going to be in the next few months' time. Yeah.
And certainly, I know the times that I've been in there, your staff have been trained up to basically, run it when you're able to have a bit of a break or whatever. But have you had to put off any staff at this particular point in time?
Not as such. We've just reduced hours slightly, but not as such. And we've rotated the staff, so we're not having everybody working at the same time, just sort of to stop anything happening, so we could keep going. We sectioned off the part of the shop at one stage, so we could only have 2 or 3 people in at that time. So you're not walking around the whole store, so it means that we could have kept sterilising a certain section of the shop and just keep everybody safe as much as possible.
That's great, and certainly that's for all employers. That's been one of the things that I've noticed in walking around and talking to the operators in our town and the business people is they've been very concerned about the point of trying to be able to keep the staff on, because everybody's got their various commitments to be involved with. And with the invent of this, you were saying that you've got a lot of corporate customers and that are coming in and so forth. Do you feel that you'll do anything different when all the restrictions are lifted to move into other areas, or completely stick into the professional game that you've now been operating?
No, we've always had both. So your walk-in trade, which is your home-based, your mums, your dads, and we always had the corporate side as well. I think our online is going to pick up a great deal. We've noticed that, our online trading, so people ordering more online, and then pick up and collect, basically. So, going through on our website, ordering, paying, and then they just come in and collect.
No, that's good. Yeah, no. There's certainly going to be some changes, and that seems to be the way that people are going to be, this online and pick up, and it's going to be a new wave that's coming in. And over to you, Peter, to do with the serious side of things when it comes to bookwork, keeping the bank balance up and all these other various things and so forth. Have you found that yourself and staff have been overloaded with work of people being concerned?
Well, I guess for a start, with our own business, so we were able to have probably 60 or 70% of our team able to work from home. So we were lucky we set up an off-site IT system, and so people could dial in, so that was good. So we were able to keep people isolated and keep them working. And yes, we have been busy, so we got on the front foot, and we actually rang all of our business clients to see and discuss whether they might be eligible for JobKeeper payments, advise on other payments that they might have been eligible for if they were employees. There's state government grants as well that were available. So we got on the front foot, so that's taken up 5 or 6 weeks of our time, in addition to our normal work that we have probably put on the back burner a little bit. So we're just able to get to that now. So people were really appreciative, because with the JobKeeper, the rules, or Grace, you would know, the rules changed every day.
Every
for
day.
A while. So
virtually every hour.
So we were struggling to keep up, and that's our job, is to keep up. So, people in business like Grace, I'm not sure how you kept up or whether you did. So, and certainly some of our clients had misunderstandings about who was eligible, and they didn't think they were, but they were. And so we were able to help them do that. Some applied for the grants themselves, others we helped them with, and we did it for them. But again, I agree with Grace with the uncertainty is out there for everyone, including our team members. Are they still going to have a job? So luckily all of ours still have a job. We were able to keep them on at full pay, didn't have to cut their hours. So that's probably a little bit unusual. We're not like, so we've got a couple of clients had hotels, for example.
Oh, for
so,
sure.
Sunday afternoon, you were running a nice business. The announcement that Sunday night from the Prime Minister saying they were all going to be shut, Monday morning you don't have a job. So they had 30 or 40 people out of work, just like that. And so JobKeeper comes
But even
along.
the business owner, like they could be working so hard to build up a business.
Correct.
Then in one swoop, that's it.
That's the end of it. Yeah.
End of it.
Yeah.
So even for the business owner, it was very heartbreaking.
So the uncertainty and the stress, so I guess we were just able to relieve some of that for them and help them through that.
And certainly in your comments there, when you said that, the job seeker and all the other things and the ways that you can communicate with people, I know as a counsellor, they said in the future your meeting's going to be done by Zoom.
Yep.
Well, I was wondering whether I was going to take off and go to Mars or whatever it may be, but I've found that most people have connected into it, but it's taken away the atmosphere of the general public being able to attend meetings. And in your particular case there, I would say that a lot of your clientele, which would be from young persons up to 70 or 80 years of age, they would certainly want to have a one-to-one with you. So have you found any complications there where they may not be computer literate?
We've still kept our doors open, so if people wanted to come in, so we had the cleaning protocols in place, hand washing, etc., etc. And so people were still able to come in, as well as Zoom meetings. So again, because people were working from home, we still had a daily work meeting with everyone involved, and we just made it fun. So every day we had a different theme. So I think if you use Zoom, you can have different backgrounds. So every day we just have a different theme. So for example, today was, what was your first music album that you bought? And so, we range from people that are 21 years old up to me, I'm probably the oldest, 58. And so half of the people had never heard of the group that I had on, and, I hardly knew who the 20-year-old who had her group. So it's just a bit of a talking point for 5 or 10 minutes while everyone's at home, so you keep people connected. But yeah, people in business, so we've had Zoom meetings with people in business, so you can still have 2 or 3 in a Zoom meeting, and it's and we've had others where the client has chosen to come in, but one of our accountants has been at home, so we've Zoomed them in. They're able to still sit in, so they're sitting on the table, so to speak, on our laptop. And everyone else can still communicate. So Zoom is actually a pretty nice system.
And certainly in the situation and the businesses that you operate, the monetary side of things, I suppose daily somebody says to me, the government hands out the money and all this sort of thing and so forth, and the hotels are shut, so there's no money coming into the tills and so forth. How long do you think, it's probably a funny question, but to get back onto your feet with some of the money that some of these businesses are lost, and your staff and yourself would certainly have to look very carefully at to what the next step might be if somebody's down to the bottom of their barrel when it comes to the point of maybe re-employing or whatever may be into the future.
Yeah, look, certainly JobKeeper will help, and that's going till September. So if businesses are allowed to open, certainly hotels and hospitality type businesses, which personally I don't see why they shouldn't, given South Australia has 0 cases, and if we keep our borders shut, that would be handy. But it will take a long time for people to recover, and I saw something today, probably depending what sort of business, it might take hospitality 2 years to get money back. And
It's
some
also
of the,
confidence, I think.
and confidence, yeah.
Confidence, people getting out there
And
and being
confidence,
confident
definitely.
in going out and dining and being confident
Yep.
that they're going to have a job and they'll be able to spend
Correct.
that little bit extra. I
That's
think
it.
it's confidence that's going to take a while to
Yeah,
build
that
up.
they're going to keep their job and
Yep.
keep their income.
Yeah.
So it will be interesting. Yeah, I'm not sure.
No. It's certainly to do with any businesses in the town. The Business Development Board has certainly had their finger right on the pulse, making sure that the businesses are still going to be there, you know, after this virus goes into the distance. And councils and governments have certainly been very generous in being able to rate relief and all these sort of things that they're happening. But the hard part about it is that when you start taking it out of the reserves, in whether it's local government or governments or whatever it may be, it's certainly going to take a very long time to come back to the normal run-of-the-mill that businesses and that are going to be able to survive, build up. At the present moment, they're talking about the point of people getting out into the country and enjoying life and so forth, but you know, where the dollars come from is always going to be the hard part about it. So I would imagine you'd be inundated with the questions of, you know, what do we do about our super? And I mean, that's probably a big thing, the supers and all the rest that people have been putting a bit away.
Yeah, well, people can have access to their super, so that's
Yeah.
fine. We've got financial planners under our roof, so they've been
Yeah.
busy with that. Do you still contribute to super? Probably, I'm not sure. But I have to say also, it's not all gloom and doom. So
No.
we've got other businesses that are doing really well. So we've got a couple of transport businesses, people in food.
Yep.
So cattle growers and vegetable growers, they've just been going gangbusters.
That's right.
And they can't keep up. So, and there are other businesses as well that are still doing well.
Yes,
So
yes,
it's
yes.
not all gloom and doom
No,
out there.
no,
And most businesses, unless you've had to immediately shut your doors, I think will still survive. And hopefully a lot of those that have had to shut their doors compulsorily will access the JobKeeper grants and the state government grants and be able to get to the point where they can reopen and get started again.
Don't forget, when you shut your doors, there's certain expenses you don't have as well.
Yeah.
So it's all a little bit, you know, you're not ordering stock, you're not
Yep.
paying for this,
That's
you're not
right.
paying for that. So, you know,
And landlords been generally pretty good. So we've got clients who are both landlords, you know, and tenants, and certainly the landlords that we've got came on board early, and they actually offered or a couple of them offered their tenants, you know, 50% reduction before they had to, and so that swings and roundabouts, and so people with tenants want those businesses to continue, because otherwise they have to find someone else, which is difficult.
Exactly.
So you take a short-term bit of pain for a long-term gain. So
Yeah. And I think the big message here is, Grace, and to you, Peter, is that you're all wide open in business, looking for customers, and just don't give up.
we are.
They're here. You're here
I think
to
you
serve
just have
the
to
people in our
remind,
community.
you have to just be positive in
Yep.
everything. When you come into work, it's always going to be a good day.
Yep.
And you always have to try and make it a good day. And you know,
Exactly.
and so if you keep positive, I think that reflects in your business, and when your customers come in, your staff, and then, you know, it all goes around.
For sure.
And it will end.
Yep.
So
That's
things will
right.
get back to, I was going to say normal, but the normal in the future may not be the normal as we've known it, but
Yep.
it will get back to some sort of
Yep.
normality,
Yep.
and things will flow again.
That's great. Thank you very much, Peter. Thank you, Grace.
Thank you.
And all the very best. And hopefully from this point on, we'll just see nothing else, as you said, positive vibes in our community. Thank you.